Hi, everybody, and welcome to this live stream on the topic of the metaverse and privacy. The metaverse is a completely new technology that you probably have heard of, but that it also brings a lot of challenges in terms of data protection and privacy rights. I'm Tessa Manuelo. I'm founder and CEO of Lego Creatives, and in this video, I would like to share with you some important information about the metaverse. What are the challenges that it brings for privacy and data protection? And I also want to invite you to take action and to start investigating what can be done to solve this problem, to ensure that users who are already exploring this 3D virtual reality are actually able to do that in a way that is safe in terms of the data they give, and in a way that is also meaningful when they get to engage online, whether they want to interact, socialize, do business, and so much more. So before I start sharing, I would love for you to let me know in the chat where you're tuning in from. I would love to know who's watching live. And I would like to also invite you to join me in this important discussion around the metaverse, because the metaverse is really, really going to disrupt so many things. And it's already happening to a certain extent. So for those of you who are completely new to this live stream or to this topic, I want to welcome you once again. And I want to engage you in this conversation on the topic of privacy by design for the metaverse. This is a new challenge we are running at Lego Creatives. Lego Creatives is an online platform where we have legal professionals from more than 50 countries in the world that are learning how to think more creatively about the law, how to reinvent and modernize the profession, and how to better serve customers. And the challenges is one of the most important learning experience that we offer on the platform, because it's so engaging. It's enabling you to create outcomes, and it's enabling you to do that while you network and you share the experience with other members on the platform. So in this live, I want to share three things. What's the metaverse? What is it? And how it can revolutionize the way we live our lives. Also, I want to share about what is privacy by design. There is a framework to actually embed privacy in products and digital experiences. However, this framework is not very used. So what is this framework? Can we use it in the metaverse? What's the philosophy for data protection? So I'm going to share with you a little bit about that as well in the live. And then we're going to explore how we could potentially come up with new creative ideas and solutions by using this privacy by design challenge, which is starting right now inside the Lego Creatives Academy. So what is the metaverse? Does any of you who's watching live or replay know what is the metaverse? Please let me know what is your understanding of it, because from the research that I have done and from the examples that I have seen and experienced, the metaverse is a new digital world where users can access and interact through their computers or their mobile device a completely new 3D virtual reality. This is a space where we already see many users interact online, whether they want to socialize based on interest that they share, whether they want to shop digital products, digital experiences, or whether they want to do business using this metaverse. Although the metaverse seems like a fancy word, it's actually not so complicated to explore the metaverse and even to create digital experiences inside the metaverse. As a matter of fact, recently at Lego Creatives, we got to use this 3D virtual reality to host an event, which you're going to discover in a couple of minutes, and I'm even going to show you a snippet of the video. But in a nutshell, the metaverse is this 3D virtual reality where you create an avatar to enter this virtual reality, and then you get to explore this world that is online just from the comfort of your home. All you need is a laptop, a desktop, a cell phone, and an internet connection. As a matter of fact, you don't even always need Oculus glasses, but of course, if you do, then you get the full immersive experience. So, are you intrigued? Let me know if you're intrigued, because I have a couple of examples I would like to share with you right here. So, some examples. Could you imagine if you were to have a 3D office online and you could invite your colleagues, your team, your clients to join you for a meeting in this 3D reality just in one click? So you would be able to interact in a much better way than in this 2D world. We have all heard about the Zoom fatigue. And the reason for that is because it's not so natural for us to be all the time on our screen. When we enter the 3D reality, we are feeling like we have a real kind of experience. But could you imagine buying your groceries online in a digital market with 3D products and cashiers? Could you imagine yourself accessing government services in seconds from your home using the 3D world? Well, that's already starting to happen. This metaverse is providing new and exciting opportunities with this great technology, but it also brings some interesting challenges for privacy. Before talking about the challenges, let's take a look at Walmart, which recently filed applications to create its own virtual currency, because the metaverse is very much based on the cryptocurrencies. So Walmart filed applications to create its own virtual currency and metaverse. And so I think the best way to see what the metaverse can become and what we can do there, I've selected for you a really quick video so you can see a little bit this new reality that is already coming into our lives, and big companies and organizations like Walmart are already experimenting the metaverse to grow the business. Basically, it's to make it easier for consumers to visit Walmart from their home in just one click. Let's take a look at this short video, and I will continue discussing with you other applications of the metaverse, and we'll discuss the privacy challenges it brings.
Great. Looks like you need a good wine pairing. Take a look to your right. Your age has already been pre-verified through your profile, so no need to wait for an ID check. Just place the item in your cart whenever you're ready. I'm getting a notification from your connected smart fridge. It looks like you already have a full gallon of milk at home. Should we put this one back? Hey, good news, your oil change is done. Your vehicle will be ready at the Tire and Lube Express. I've added the service charge to your cart. Now for the fun stuff, to electronics. You definitely saved the best for last. This TV has great reviews on Walmart.com. Add it to your cart, and I'll have it brought to the front for you. Need any accessories? Here are some options on Jet.com. Looks like that's everything on your list. Are you ready to check out with Walmart Pay? I'll have the TV brought out to your car. Thanks for shopping at Walmart and have a great day.
So that was a snippet of the Walmart applications and experimentations for the metaverse. Let me know what you think about this. Let me know what are your thoughts, reactions. I would love to know. What it means is that this digital reality is going to make it easier for us to access so many things. However, just think about the amount of data that is going to be collected by organizations, companies, platforms on those in this metaverse. It's gonna be an explosion of data that is gonna be flowing freely on this metaverse, where right now we don't really have a lot of understanding as to how the regulations apply to this new virtual reality, augmented reality. And so what's interesting is that this metaverse is allowing also people who are technologists and designers to create new kinds of experiences. And one of the most popular kind of experience that has been created so far by technologists, designers, and creatives are these virtual galleries of NFTs. The NFTs are non-fungible tokens. They are on the blockchain, which is this digital ledger where everything can be sold and traded and tracked. And so there's been a surge of artists and creators grabbing the opportunity, or maybe being a little bit opportunist. We can have different opinions about that, but starting to make crazy business online by selling those NFTs, and at times making millions and millions of dollars using this cryptocurrency, this metaverse experience, and this technology. And this metaverse is the perfect place also to host events. And so although there's a lot of criticism against the metaverse, I thought there was a great opportunity to interact differently and to do that in a good way, in a healthy way, in a fun way. And so what we did at Lego Creatives over the weekend, we hosted an event in one of the metaverses. We got to customize it. We got to put works on the walls. We got to invite many of our members, communities, guests, researchers, experts, professionals to join us for this event. And we got to have a fabulous interaction in this virtual gallery that we created. The objective for this event was to show the work that has been done using Lego design as an innovation methodology applied to contracts. So we got to put the contracts design up on the wall. We got to invite friends, colleagues, innovators, researchers, and experts in the field to share a little bit about their insights, to share a little bit about the research they're doing, to share the work they have done, and to basically have a great experience in this 3D world. And so I'm going to share with you a short video so you can get to see a little bit in motion this virtual event that we got to organize. Nothing was sold. It was just a great way to interact with each other. There was no NFTs, no blockchain, just the use of the metaverse to interact in a different and in a better way. So that was a little snippet of what happened over the weekend. I would love to hear your reaction on the video you have seen. The feedback was just amazing. It was so great to be able to interact in a way that feels a little more natural because of this 3D experience where you can walk around the space, you can interact with each other. It just makes it more real, and it makes it as well more engaging and less tiring than a regular Zoom session 3D. And so this was what happened on the weekend. Let's continue a little bit talking about the challenge of privacy in the metaverse. The metaverse is, now you know, you have seen it, you've seen what is possible there. It's a global space, but it's really difficult to ensure that the data is going to be protected. Can you imagine so many ways to use the data to not just target users with advertisements, but actually, you know, you could easily imagine that the data that is being stored there can be used to track people's behaviors, users' behaviors. And based on the behaviors, you could easily imagine, I was hearing this example yesterday of someone who would be using the metaverse doing sports there. And let's imagine for whatever reason, they have a health problem and the insurance is able to track if the user is actually doing enough sports online. And I know you may sound like, it may sound crazy, but it's actually not, it's already happening. And so imagine if people get the insurance cuts because they're using the metaverse to interact, to engage, to work out, to go to events, and all this data can be used to actually, or for organizations to make decisions upon the fate of some of the users. So there's a lot that needs to be done. There's a lot that we don't know yet. What we know is that digital rights advocacy groups such as Electronic Frontier Foundation and the Extended Reality Safety Initiative have raised the alarm on the privacy threats for big organizations, big tech, especially for this new virtual reality, especially because some of the problems that the virtuality brings haven't yet been answered in the 2D reality or even in the physical reality. And so this problem is going to quickly become exponential. And my question to you is, do you want to do something about it, or do you want to wait and see what can be done? Well, here's the methodology that you could be investigating, researching, thinking about for privacy by design. Privacy by design is a concept that emerged in Canada. It's a framework that actually came because of so many breaches that are happening in organizations where organizations are not compliant with privacy and data protection regulations. And this framework is inviting organizations to embed privacy in their products, in their services, on their websites, on their apps. And there's a framework that can be used. There's a framework with 7 principles that indicates how we should deal with data, how we should ensure privacy. And it's all about taking this user-centric approach. It's all about being transparent with users. It's all about valuing privacy by default. And so by default, not collecting data that is not useful for the product. So it's about collecting data that is actually just used for the service. All right. So I would love to know what you think about this framework, if you've heard about it, if you know about it. But it's an interesting challenge because that's exactly what we want to explore within our Lego Creatives online platform, is how might we ensure data protection and digital privacy in this metaverse? What can be done to actually make this metaverse more safe for users, to prevent those potentially terrible stories from happening of using data in not so in some kind of mean ways. And so we want to ensure data protection. We want to ensure digital privacy in this metaverse. I mean, this is not, legal creative is not going to solve this problem, but at least we can set up a team of researchers and experts and professionals to start the conversation, to start investigating, and to prepare ourselves to help organizations, to help users, to help governments figure out a safer way to use the metaverse. And so my question to you is, do you want to try to figure out all by yourself? Or would you like to join a research group and a team to explore the possibilities and to, at the same time, to learn this great methodology that is called legal design, that is an innovation methodology that is putting the user at the center of everything that is being done to innovate? If you would like to go with option number 2, I have great news for you, because we are starting right now this new Digital Privacy by Design challenge, where in this challenge, you're going to be learning how to apply the framework for privacy by design to the metaverse, if you're interested in the metaverse, or you could apply it to other topics that are more traditional, like the fatigue opt-in challenge. We know that nobody reads those privacy policies. People just click the box and tick the box and hope for the best. Whether it's how to map data, which is another really difficult problem. But the Metaverse challenge, I think, brings a completely new perspective to privacy, data protection. And so this is the opportunity that you have to actually join us on this challenge inside the Legal Creatives platform and to access the catalog of absolutely everything we have created so far, which is a catalog of 30 plus lectures and courses that are available via Legal Creatives. The platform is so different from anything you have seen and experienced so far, because as you have seen, we're already using the metaverse to create engaging events, but we're making the learning experience immersive, interactive, engaging, with material that is easy to consume, practical, actionable, where you don't need prior design knowledge. We give you everything you need to move from becoming completely new to becoming an expert. In fact, there's many experts that we have trained, and they got to do all the programs step by step. They got to grow their knowledge. They got to grow their experience by taking the challenges. And those are really unforgettable learning experiences for sure. And so this is the challenge that we are starting right now at Legal Creative, this Privacy by Design Metaverse challenge that is really designed for you to learn the methodology, for you to practice it within a context of, within a community of like-minded professionals, so you can start building some solutions that you may want to use in your practice, and you may want to actually put to market, that you may want to sell. But you don't have to. You can just take it as a learning experience and get to prototype some solutions that could potentially enable privacy in this digital world. And so the reason I'm inviting you to take part of this is because I know from experience that this is a big game changer for many professionals who work in law and who are looking for new opportunities in terms of being able to understand better those technologies, understand better new methodologies, and being able to use that to better help the customers, to better serve the end users, and also to find more meaning and purpose in their life and career as lawyers. And so if you would like to, I would be happy to share with you inside the platform. But before, I will take some comments and questions from the audience. So if you do have questions and comments, please, 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 this is your time to share with me. I would love to hear a little bit from you. So any questions and comments from the audience? Let me take a look here on LinkedIn, and let's take a look here. I see Bianca is talking about Walmart, that is asking if Walmart needs to create its own digital currency to be in the metaverse? Or is it trying to get data about consumer behaviors? Well, we already heard this story of Walmart some years ago, that Walmart knew before the customer knew that she was pregnant. Based on the consumer habits of this particular woman, Walmart was already sending ads to her knowing she was pregnant before she even knew it. And that was already happening years ago, based on the data that was collected on the purchasing behavior of the customer. But now online, it's going to be even easier for big organizations to collect this data, to use this data, and maybe even to sell this data. As to the question of, does Walmart need to have a cryptocurrency to interact and to have a digital experience in this metaverse? Probably yes, but I would say not necessarily, although I'm not entirely sure. But I would say yes, because it makes it easier for consumers to actually buy goods, services, and products using cryptocurrencies in this digital reality. But we could imagine that some other kinds of payment systems could be integrated, and so you could be able to pay with your credit card. But I believe the reason why the metaverse is getting so big and popular is because all the cryptocurrencies owners did not necessarily have a place until now to actually use the cryptocurrency and to buy products, services, and goods. And so with the metaverse, the reason why there's a lot of cryptocurrencies being used is because it's all digital, it's all on the blockchain, and it just creates a really easy experience where you use your digital wallet, your cryptocurrencies to buy goods and various services, and it's a really easy experience. I see Bianca is asking, big tech and the large corporations have a lot of control on the data, and Web3 is a solution to have it decentralized. And there is a chance here to have these new technologies by private and decentralized by design. Yeah, I'm not sure exactly what is the decentralization of the blockchain. So yes, the data is on the blockchain. The blockchain is a decentralized ledger. Everything stays on the blockchain. Everything is tracked there. Will companies use the blockchain? Very likely, yes. Like we have seen, Walmart already filed applications to have its own cryptocurrency. This means the cryptocurrency needs to be effective, and for it to be effective, you need to have a way to actually trade. So the blockchain is kind of supporting this digital trading and this new way of making business. And so definitely the blockchain is a huge component for it to work. So really interesting to see. As I don't have all the answers, I do not pretend to have all the answers, but what I know is this huge opportunity and challenge that we need to take into account, because if we just do nothing and wait, there will be some terrible, horrific stories. And so the idea that we have at Lego Creatives is to help you start to see this new virtual reality with your Lego lenses, but using also the lens of designers to think a little bit more like a designer about this problem, and to use the privacy by design framework to create some potentially interesting solutions. So this is just a sneak peek of what's inside the online academy by Lego Creatives, where we have this digital privacy by design challenge, the 2022 edition. We had a 2021 edition last year, where we had a fantastic time with teams who competed for this challenge from all around the world. We had teams composed of people in North America and South America, Central America, all together. We had teams in Europe, including Africa. We had teams in Eastern Europe. And it was just so great to be able to come together and to think a little bit differently about how we can solve this problem of privacy. Last year, we did the challenge talking a lot about the App Store, because last year the App Store had this new feature where app developers would have to give you the information as to what is the data being collected. And that was, at the time, it was a big, how can I say, it was a big topic, because at the same time we had this Facebook and WhatsApp situation, the new WhatsApp privacy policy. And I mean, it was just an exciting time. But I think this year it gets even more exciting, because this year we have the metaverse. This is the solution from the participants from last year who actually won the challenge. They got to create a really interesting app. It's a prototype. I mean, it's not the full app, but it's a prototype. And that was a great prototype, and they got to win the challenge. And so this is, you have all of this inside the platform, and you have a lot more, because when you join the online academy, you have access to absolutely everything. So you have access to all of the catalog for the online academy, which is a catalog of 30 plus courses online that you can access instantly. So you can start consuming the content right away and get to learn a little bit, for instance, what are the cornerstones for legal design, to get to learn how to do user interviews, to get to learn the potential for neuroscience in this field, how to do legal visualization, the principles for good legal design, sketching sprints, and so much more. And all of this is available inside the online academy by Legal Creatives. And I would really look forward to seeing you join, because it's gonna be a lot of fun. We have a community as well, where you get to interact with other members from the community. You can interact in English, in Spanish, in Portuguese, and in French. And we are starting the research group channel right here for this new challenge on privacy by design for the metaverse. And we already have people signing up for this challenge inside the platform, sharing that, yes, it's a challenging challenge. The things we do are always challenging, because this is how you grow. This is how you grow as a professional. And so this is what is available inside the platform, resource section, and a lot more. So I look forward to seeing you being a part of this at legalcreatives.com. And if you have any questions, feel free to message us. It's always a pleasure to help and to help you grow in this space, and to see you achieve your objectives, see you advance your career, see you grow your network across borders, across sectors, and really have fun learning agile methodologies that are so important for the future of the law, and for you to find more meaning and more effective ways as well to work. And so this is all I wanted to share. I'm going to just check on the LinkedIn if there are any comments or questions. I think this is great. So yeah, last but not least, I'm going to leave you on this. I'm going to leave you with this, to think about joining us, because this challenge is already starting, and I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Share with your friends, share with your colleagues, and as always, stay creative.